Summary of The Nose by Nikolai Gogol. The Nose is about Kovalyov, who is obsessed with his position, and an extraordinarily strange incident involving his nose. At the start of the story, Ivan Yakovlevich, a drunk barber, finds Kovalyov's nose in his breakfast. He knows right away that it belongs to one of his clients, Kovalyov. For fear of getting in trouble with the law, Ivan Yakovlevich quickly throws the nose into the river. There is a police officer who asks Ivan Yakovlevich what he's doing. He tries to avoid answering, but the officer won't give up. This conversation is the end of the part. What happened next between the police officer and Ivan Yakovlevich is still unknown. At the start of the second part, Kovalyov wakes up one morning with a smooth spot of skin where his nose used to be. Kovalyov is scared and confused, so he covers up the fact that he doesn't have a nose with a cloth as he goes about his day. Soon, Kovalyov finds his nose when he goes into a church dressed as a man of high rank. When Kovalyov approaches the nose in a shy way, the nose gets angry and says that he is his own person, not Kovalyov's nose. The nose falls off when Kovalyov stops to leer at a young woman while he is thinking about something else. After that, Kovalyov tries to put an ad in the newspaper for his nose but fails because a newspaper worker says the ad is too strange to print. The police commissioner then refuses to help Kovalyov, saying that it was probably Kovalyov's fault for what happened. Kovalyov goes back to his apartment and stops his usual routine of going out with friends and chasing women. But that night, the police officer from the first section gives Kovalyov back the nose. No longer is the nose a gentleman. It is now dead and the right size. Kovalyov desperately calls a nearby doctor for help after failing to connect the nose himself. In the end, the doctor decides not to help Kovalyov because he thinks the man is better off without the nose, even though he could put it back on. The doctor goes after making an offer to buy the nose from Kovalyov, which is turned down by the main character. Kovalyov blames Podtakina, the mother of a young woman he abused, for putting a spell on him because he doesn't understand how such a terrible thing could have happened to him. He writes Podtakina a letter threatening to sue her. Kovalyov rules out Podtakina as a possible suspect when she says she has no idea what he is talking about. At the same time, tales about the nose spread all over town, and the story of the nose ends up becoming a myth for the whole city. Most people in the city are fascinated, but some powerful men think that talking about the nose is just rude gossip. After 2 weeks, the third part starts. Kovalyov is thrilled to find his nose back on his face when he wakes up one morning, as if it had never been there. Ivan Yakovlevich gives Kovalyov a careful shave, and then he goes back to his old ways of climbing the social ladder and seeing women as objects. The storyteller admits that some parts of the story are hard to believe because they don't make sense. The person telling the story still says it's true. Such things do happen in the world, rarely, but they do happen, he says at the end of the story.
About the author. Nicholas Gogol grew up in Ukraine. When Gogol was 19, he went to St. Petersburg, Russia, but he failed as an actor there. After working as an actor, Gogol tried his hand at being a poet, but his career in this field went down in flames when, in 1828, he burned all of his written poems, promising never to write another poem again. In the 1830s, Gogol was successful as a short story writer after working in a number of academic jobs. He wrote his one and only book, Dead Souls, in the early 1840s. Gogol stopped writing soon after Dead Souls came out and went on a journey to find inner peace. After becoming depressed, Gogol burnt his unpublished works and starved himself to death at age 42.
Hope we summarized it fully and you liked it. Please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel so that we are motivated to create more videos.